don't forget to subscribe for more reviews. Please also like. Thank you.
I don't know what's real anymore. I've opened up the door to know.
Hello there everyone, this is Tom, and today we have the privilege of taking a look at the Parallax Armor TFX 06. This is the one they made specifically for the Classics Optimus Prime. Here we have front of the box, here we have the bottom of the box, side of the box, back of the box, shows various product shots, things of that nature, and side of the box, top of the box just says Parallax. Alright, so let's crack this bad boy open and take us a look at what all we have in here. Empty box. Okay, so we'll put the box to the side and we will take us a look at what all comes in the packaging. If you've watched my blue review, then you know that I'm fairly familiar with this at this point, and I had some issues with it with the Ultra Magnus one. Let's see here. I'm really hoping I don't have the same issues with this one. Okay, so we get, these look like side guns of some kind. So we get two of these. They've got that same hinge that Ultra Magnus's missile pods had. We get two of those in there, and we get two tires. Okay, those are for the extensions. Set that aside. We get another baggie of parts. Let's see here. Okay, these are the shoulder pieces that are similar to Ultra Magnus's. Okay, alright, so we get those. We get the instruction sheet, and we get this stuff in here. So, the bottom comes with the crotch piece, the two legs, the new doors, and the new bumper. And here we get the new cab section, and the wrists are taped in. Alright, so here are all the pieces that we get with this set. All decked out and ready to go. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to pause it right here for just a second and get my Optimus Prime ready. So I have my Classics Optimus Prime prepped, and basically what I've done is I've simply removed his hands. If you are unfamiliar with this process, then I highly recommend that you watch my Ultra Magnus build video. It's the same armor, so yeah, watch that if you're not familiar with what's going on here. So we're going to put him into his proper configuration here. And we begin by kind of sliding this foot in right here. Okay? So what we're doing is we're taking this foot, we're putting it in this slot. And you can get it in there as long as it goes the way it's supposed to. There we go. There's a tab here on his foot that locks this into place the way it's supposed to go. Do I have this on the wrong foot? I do. Let's try this again. There we go. That locks a little bit better. Put that in place, put that in place. Pull out your toe here. And he has ankle articulation right there. So we will get this one here on. Again, remembering that it just slips in. Like this. And then you just kind of snap it in place, push that up, pull out your toe. And there are his legs all done. Take his crotch piece here, just slip that right on just like that. Okay, let's do the doors next. What do you say we do the doors next? I think that's a wonderful idea. I'm glad I thought of it. They just snap on. There are a couple of clips. There's a clip right here and a little clip right here, and this just kind of tensions in place. And you just get your door, and just snap it right into place, just like that. Let's grab the other one and do the same thing. Okay, those are in place now. Now I'm going to go ahead at this time and I'm going to put the wheels on, and they just have these little groove sections, and they're just going to fit right in there. Right like that. Give them a little squeeze. Bring out your bumper section, and your bumper has a couple of indentations right here that will go into this section right here, and it just clips around and just snaps right into place, just like that. Now, where I had issues last time was with this, and I think I've got them worked out at this point. It's all about knowing what you're doing here. So you come around and open this up, you flex, where is it? You flex this just a little bit. That lets you bring these down. So this tab right here, you flex it out just a touch, and you bring these down. That saves you a world of grief later. Next, you just come in here, and right here is a seam. Just pull that off, and then you can separate these two, and they will become his guns. Let's see here. Pull the head down, roll it around. Bring up these things right here, and now, oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot to tuck his head away. And I kind of need to do that. Alright. There we go. Bring this to right here, and this will clip in. If you notice, it's got grooves right through here. It just clips in right here. It does, really, I promise. May not be happy, but it does do it. There we go. That is a secure connection, let me tell you. So bring those down, and that's where he's at so far. Okay, let's go ahead and put his shoulder pieces on. The shoulder pieces have this little piece divot right here, and that is going to go into this screw hole right here. And the only issue that might come up is you just need to know which way it is to orientate it, because you want it to come out like this, which means this one belongs right here, I think. And just hook it into that screw hole. I'm making it look harder than it actually is. Get in there. There we go. Give it a good squeeze. This comes around. Same thing on this side. Move this out of the way. Bring in your piece here for the screw hole. Line it up properly. And just push the thing into place. Hardest part I have is getting it lined up with a screw hole. There we go. Like that. Just like that right there. Okay. Now the hands have a little divot right here, which goes in this little divot right here. It's almost as if they made this mold just for this, which they didn't, but you know what I mean. Okay, get in there. I got the wrong arm. Oh boy. Let's see here. Get in there. Stay. Alright, there's that. Let's do us another one. Get in there. And stay. Now, we take our weapons here and we pull these little bits out. Let's do that on both sides. Okay. And they are going to clip on right here. There's little clips right here that those little divots right there are just going to go right in. Sometimes they go, at least on the Ultra Magnus one, sometimes they go real easily, and sometimes they have an issue. So get in there. Don't be that way. There we go. As my beloved dad used to say, it's all in how you hold your jaw. So we just clip this in here, like this. All right. Now we can take the guns and rotate them around if we so wish, which you can't see. That didn't help at all, did it? Will it not go up? There we go. Okay. We can rotate the guns around. We can put them straight up if that's our thing. I mean, we can do lots of things with them. Now, he's basically put together at this point. So, taking our weapon here, this is what's going to become a weapon. You swing this around, you pull out this piece right here, that folds down, you flip out that, then you rotate it around this way, that way. I can never remember. I think it goes like this is what I think it does. Okay. Taking his hand here, he's got a groove that'll hold it, although the handle's not the greatest. Alright. So let's do that again. Rotate this round, pull out this barrel right here. Fold it over, pull out this handle, and rotate. Or is it this way? No, it's this way. Okay. And then, same thing, we just open up the hand and put in the rifle. Just like that. And there he is. Let's cover articulation in a prompt manner here. Head is on a ball joint, goes round and round. It can't really look up unless you break the sculpt. It does look down a little bit. It doesn't really look up. These things can come up or down depending on your sensibilities and how you like your Prime to look. The shoulders are not hindered whatsoever by the armor. I think that's a good thing. Elbows the same. The wrists. If you manipulate these, be sure to hold on to it. This is on a ball joint and a bit of a hinge. No, it's just a ball joint. The fingers have the hinge. You can move these in or out. The thumb is on its own hinge, so it doesn't really do anything other than be a thumb, and it rotates. Okay, waist articulation is pretty hindered, but you can get him to turn that far. So you just got to be kind of careful. The upper torso articulation here, push this back, do like that, and you still have your upper torso articulation. Legs are unhindered. They go up, they go out, all things good. Knees unhindered. And the feet, I've already shown, I think, the toes. He's got this, comes up and down. He's got a heel spur on both sides, and this rocker can go as far as you want it to go. And that is basically this guy's articulation here. Get him standing again. Okay, and we will kindly close his hand a little bit and pull this back out. Pop his gun back in his hand, and yeah. Here is Optimus in the Parallax TFX 06 armor, all combined, and that was his articulation too. What do you say we do some size comparisons here real quick? So here it is next to MP10, and he's smaller, but we're going for two different scales here. So you know, Chug, and this is Masterpiece, so yeah. Okay, for you movie fans, here it is with Movie Bumblebee. And for you Classics fans, here it is with Blue Convoy. Okay. Beast Wars fans? And lastly, for those of us who are Legends collectors, here it is with a Legends scale figure. So all I get now is a mention as a Legends class figure? Man, I'm really feeling the hurt here. I need to speak to my union rep. Oh, Nemesis, just get out of here. Spinster. Alright. Let's see here. Oh, you know what we need? Oh. We need to measure. Okay. So, let's get these guns out so we can get a proper measurement here. And then they're really tight. So, measures in at Standman. 7 3/4 the top of his head. I'm not counting the guns. Shoulder to shoulder, we're looking at 4 inches approximately, and width wise 3.5. Alright, there is his scale. And lastly, there was just one comparison that I felt I needed to make, and that was him with his brothers in armor. So, the only one I don't have an armor set for is the blue Convoy, and I don't think they make one for him. If they did, I'd probably own it too. Alright, now we are going to try and transform this guy. Step 1, go ahead and pull these weapons, put them back into their standard configuration mode for their truck. That thing moves. I didn't realize that moved. Yeah, it does. Put them back into their standard mode here. It'll just save you from having to do so much here in a little bit. Rotate that around, put that down, put that down, and if you want, you can go ahead and connect them here at this connector port. I don't know if they'll stay connected or not, but we'll find out here together. There we go. Next thing we need to do is remove, you can't see. Okay, next thing we need to do is remove the guns. The easiest way I have found to do that is simply to flex it a little bit and then pull it off. So, push it towards you and pull it off. Okay? That's how that needs to be. Let's see here, if I can remember how to do all this. Stay on, man. This comes out and down. The wheels come around, just like that. Okay, and if your foot's not up, make sure it's up. Pull this down. That'll snap into place. Rotate your wheels around. Okay. Lift up his arms, and we're going to do the typical rotate the upper torso section. This section will come in and just kind of rests underneath there. The crotch piece can just stay where it's at, and he's going to be a long truck, but that's okay. The biggest issue that I have with this is the arms. Fold them out. Actually, I have discovered it's a lot easier if you just take these things off and fold them out so that they look kind of like that. And then we just do the classic typical bend, rotate. This comes, what are you doing wrong here, Tom? This comes up like that. That's it. This is coming in. Oh, you've done this before, Tom. What are you doing wrong now? I think I mentioned that the arms were the hardest part for me. And that's because you've got all these freaking moving parts that don't like to move. But it will, oh, and there's a, no there's not. I thought there was a part right there. This comes in and sets. That comes up. this will tab in right here. It'll be all nice and secure like. At least it's supposed to be. Why is it not doing what it's supposed to do here? Then you take your hand here and just kind of fix it. Bring it back into place. Like this. So that your hand looks kind of something like that. You can reconnect right there. And then you just pull this flap down. And it's supposed to go in here like this. There we go. That's not right. What you doing wrong here, Tommy boy? There we go. You just got to give it a little squeeze to get it all to go right. Okay, just like this. Say that. That's supposed to just sit right there. I must have done something not quite correct. Okay. Come over here to this side. Go ahead and take off your hand. Just makes life so much easier. Take that up. Take that out. Take this down. This is gonna open up, rotate around, come in right there. I know this goes up, comes in, this comes around and down. After this comes up, I get what they were trying to do here, but man, it is a pain in the tail, and you've got to flex things around other things to get this to go where it's supposed to go. It's not a pleasant feeling at all. Just dropped off the other tank. Well, that's all right. Okay. Flip those back. Bring these up. Rotate this out and around and down. And you take your gas tank here, flatten it out, take it here, flatten it out. This one plugs in right here. At least I think it does. Pretty sure that's the right one. It is! Yay! That comes down, fills in that gap right there. And you've got your tanks there. This one comes back, and you do the same thing. You just kind of slip it in here and attach it. Bring that up and down. Bring the gas tank around. Hold on to everything. Pull up your stuff there. Come up here. Rotate these up. You know these are going to come around, so you pull those up. Bring in your wind vane thing. I think is what they call that. Rotate it around. Take his head. I like to kindly push it back this way after it's turned around backwards. Take this, and this is another one of those. You flex those out of the way, and you push this down so that it attaches the way it's supposed to right there. Come back around here, and put this notch where it belongs, right here, while simultaneously maneuvering this into place. Just don't whistle Dixie while you're doing it, because you'll get confused. Alright, pull that down, push that in, and squeeze it right there. And I believe after you close these little flaps down, the only thing we have left to do is attach smokestacks. Now, it doesn't really matter in what way that you attach these. Me, I'm going to attach them this way just because I'm evil and ornery, I guess. But you can attach yours however you wish. So, and they just go, they just plug in a little port right there. That piece plugged in and this piece did not, so why did it not plug in? There we go. I just didn't snap it hard enough. It rolls. Can you see? It rolls. I may not have it quite perfectly centered, but all the wheels roll. Everything's doing what it's supposed to do. In this mode, it is 8 3/4 inches long. Yeah, because we've got to kind of measure the gas tanks because they're part of this. It's just shy of, well, it's 3 3/4 inches height wise. 4 1/4. Did I do length? I did length. Yeah, I did length. Okay. So, in this mode, we're not going to compare it to MP10 because it's the same as the other one, Ultra Magnus that I did last time. So here it is next to Bumblebee, and you know, just to give you a sense of scale there. Here it is next to Power the Prime's Jazz. So you can see kind of sort of what's going on here, if you wish. And yeah, you could transport him too. Let's see here. Here it is next to Classics Prime. Again, so you can just get your sense of scale here. It's considerably bigger. Alright. And I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, it rolls. It doesn't really have articulation. I mean, you can move these out if you want. That's about it. So, I think that's it. Final thoughts wise, in case you haven't figured it out, I am a fan of the Parallax armor. I think this particular armor set has some issues. I really wish they were addressed a little bit better. But aside from that, I mean, they're alright. You can get him in a decent dynamic pose. You just have to work at it a little bit. Having said that, I have to admit, every time I tried to pose him, I went to move him to do something, the hands fell off. Now, these hands are a big upgrade from the previous Parallax armors. At least as far as, you know, they're not going to damage the paint underneath. And they don't, they're, I have to admit, they're every bit as loose as the other ones. The difference is I was able to fix the other ones simply by adding a little something in between the robot and the set, the hand, the arm piece, the arm guard. This thing right here, I was able to add a little something underneath right here, and these things are, they're stable, they're not falling off. This thing, if I try and do that to it, Well, they stayed on. I give it to it that it stayed on. But man, it's this thing is not fun to transform. It's not fun to try and get it into a pose. Do I recommend it? If I'll tell you the same thing I said with the Ultra Magnus one. If you're going to pose this and put it on a shelf, yes, absolutely. But there is no fun whatsoever in changing it from robot mode to vehicle mode. I hope that was helpful. Thank you for watching. And now, to answer the burning question on everyone's mind, how does the Parallax TFX 06 armor set on the Classics Optimus Prime mold scale with Metroplex? And there he is, as you can see, with his guns he comes up to his knees, but aside from that he's a little smaller. But again, we're comparing apples to oranges here. This is a Chug Collection scale thing, and yeah, so just keep that in mind. And here it is in truck mode. Again, we're comparing apples to oranges, but it's okay as far as scale with Metroplex, but yeah, it's fine.
Thank you for watching my Papa's channel. Please subscribe and like. Thank you.